Oh yeah, we back, y'all. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, because we back in the building. But we're in a different lane today, obviously. Y'all see what's going on in the news. It's all over CNN, it's all over TMZ. I mean, everything you go on, it's all over the feeds, it's all over the internet. We got a big NBA gambling, fraud, everything involved, connected to some mafioso guys, and it ain't looking good for the NBA. Not at all. Now, if y'all know the history about the NBA, the sports, and everything else, as far as baseball and football and other sports, allegedly, and everything I speak on this video obviously is alleged. We all know mafia and sports is kind of connected, been going on since the time of days, and since the time the mafia got exist in the sports business, it always been connected, allegedly. And we're gonna play some clips with Sammy the Bull and another member, ex-member from the mafia. You know, they went on CNN, whatever, Fox, whatever, and they broke it down. They said, yeah, this should always been involved with sports. Always. And it's gonna continue being involved. But see, now they got nasty though. They done locked up Chauncey Billups. He's a coach of Trailblazers, ex-member, ex-NBA player. Just played for Detroit Pistons, got a world championship. They locked up Terry Rozier, over 10 years in the NBA. He's faking injuries and telling his friends, yeah, put 200,000 on the under. I'm gonna get out the game. They don't call him doing that. I mean, the list goes on. The list goes on. And they say it's an ongoing investigation. Now, we all hoping that LeBron James ain't involved in this, to be honest. We all know Michael Jordan once upon a time had a gambling habit. We all know that. There's documentaries, there's things out there with our favorite Hall of Fame players in the 90s and the 80s. They had gambling problems also. They was always part of the mafia, allegedly. There's a lot of conspiracies involved with the mafia and the sports, allegedly. Let's talk about this. This is nasty work because they only got the small fish. This is an ongoing investigation according to the FBI. Oh, we're gonna get to the guy. I'm not making this up. He's talking about this. And he's saying, yeah, this is the beginning. Let's talk about this. This is nasty work because if they get somebody like a LeBron James involved in this, what y'all think gonna happen with this Hall of Fame thing, man? He might still get pushed in the Hall of Fame, but they're gonna hold back. And it depends. It depends how long LeBron James allegedly and others. Not just going to put LeBron involved. I'm just going to say alleged because he's one of the superstars that's almost out of the league right now. And others, how long they been doing this and how long the FBI been keeping an eye on them with these illegal activities on gambling and sports and other things and frauds and everything that's involved in sports. Let's talk about this. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get this show started. Yo, 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 yo. If they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV, man. We back in the building. Smash that thumbs up, man. Ain't gonna hurt your feeling. Ain't gonna cost you. Absolutely free. Share the video. Keep that notification bell on so you know when these videos are actually dropping. Shout out to everybody that got their membership team, Smoke Gang. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate it. Support the channel if you could. I mean, donate by the actual thank button on the video. The Cash App is on the banner also. Let's get this copyright out the way. Copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel, on this channel. Everything that I speak on over here, absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. Again, copyright fair use disclaimer. You can find it in my description on my channel. Everything that I speak on over here is absolutely for educational and entertainment purpose. The clips and the videos I play also owned by the original creators. So if y'all don't know what's going on, man, let's get to it. Y'all see Chauncey Billups right there getting out the courtroom. It ain't looking good. He got the I don't know what the hell I did face. He got the goddamn face. He got the oh my god, I don't mess with the mafia. He got every face you could think of. Because when you get yourself involved with the mafia, bro, this is nasty work, man. You think you're just gonna start talking and just move out, and now you're gonna have to be in witness protection. If you start talking, you have to go into witness protection, you have to hire on. There's a lot of shit that's gonna have to be done if the people start talking. But everybody is guilty until I mean they prove innocent until they get in that court. But let's continue. This is the mafioso guys that's involved in it. You got the Bonanno family, whatever. You got the Gambino. You got the Genovese. I mean, we're gonna get to the clips. And these are the guys. These are the members that's allegedly involved. And you see the two NBA players right there, Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups, for now, because they're saying there's more as an ongoing investigation. They're just keeping a hush hush on it. And also, they got somebody else. Hold on, I think they got a goddamn referee too, if I'm mistaken. Let's. Let's get to this right quick. Hold up. I could have saw. Oh yeah, right here. I got it. Hold up. I got it for y'all. I got it for y'all. Bingo. I got it for y'all. So now, y'all remember this referee right here? Do y'all research on Scott Foster? Scott Foster is very, very, very popular referee in the NBA. If you haven't watched the NBA, yeah, Scott Foster. He called the play, whatever. That's Scott Foster. He's always making calls, always calling fouls. I mean, these guys be known more than the NBA players nowadays, referees. Well, they done grabbed his ass up also. Look what he had to say. He said, yo, did Chris Paul put you up on this? Y'all see that in the bottom right there? Because if y'all go back on YouTube, put Scott Foster and Chris Paul, y'all gonna see a lot of altercation back and forth while Chris Paul was in the league for several years. And according, if y'all do y'all research, because I'm a sports fanatic also, Chris Paul and a lot of other players always say referees allegedly screwed up games because they always look like it's a rigged game. And the ones that could rig the game the most, alleged, is these referees like a Scott Foster. And he absolutely got picked up. The feds grabbed his ass up too. And he told the feds, well, who put y'all up on this? Chris Paul? He's talking about Chris Paul, the NBA player. Because them two always been bumping heads for like the last 10 years probably. Or so. This is nasty work, man. I'm telling y'all right now. I mean, it's about to go down to the owners of the NBA, probably getting names called to the owners and general managers. I mean, the feds are not playing. They trying to grab all these dudes up. But let's get to the clip though, man, so y'all can understand what's really going on here. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. They even say Gilbert Arenas had something to do with it, but Gilbert said he ain't got nothing to do with this. They raided Gilbert shit in the summertime. Remember, Gilbert got locked up by the feds over some underground poker shit going on. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Let's continue though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video. Y'all know what's going on.
That were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime across this country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft and robbery across a multi-year investigation.
When you hear them say it's a multi-year investigation, they've been watching these dudes for a couple of years. Y'all gotta understand, they're not gonna give us every little information they got. Oh yeah, we've been watching the NBA for 10 years and this and that. No, they're not gonna give us that. They're gonna give us ips and little bits and little things and little here and little there. That's all they're gonna give us. It's us as bloggers and other people that watch shit like this. We gotta put it together and paint the picture. But like I'm gonna say again, allegedly, we've been seeing this going on for decades. Mafia and sports. It connects for years, decades. We can see documentaries about this shit, Netflix documentaries, Prime documentaries, YouTube documentaries, whistleblowers, and ex-referees. When was the last time we seen a big gambling situation like this? Now I quite remember because I totally forgot that 1 minute. Remember the referee guy they locked up with the big gambling thing? I think it was 10 years ago. I forgot the referee dude, the NBA referee guy, the infamous one. Put it in the comment there for all my sports fanatic guys. They know who I'm talking about. When they locked that referee door because he was rigging games and all that. That's where Scott Foster come from. He come from that era too. The referee guy I just showed y'all, the picture. He come from that era. But I forgot the referee dude that the feds came and grabbed up, and he was rigging mad games for the mafia and certain players in the NBA also. But a lot of players in the NBA didn't get caught up in that situation, but he did say a lot of names. I can't remember that referee name. Put it in the comment section. Y'all know who I'm talking about. The last time the NBA went through this, it was about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, when they locked up that referee dude because he was rigging games. And he was connected with the mafia also at that time and moment. But the twist was a lot of NBA players didn't get caught up in that. They kept a lot of people quiet, kept a lot of documents sealed because they don't want their stars getting involved. You got to remember, this is the heyday NBA, early 2000s, right before 2010, right around 2010. We had a lot of superstars, a lot. Household superstars I'm talking about. Not the ones we got now upcoming. I mean, some of them retiring, like a LeBron James and stuff like that. We had several, we had way more. LeBron at his prime, Kobe, Dwayne Wade. We had so many superstars in that early era when they locked that referee up for that gambling shit. And he came out, did documentaries, did everything, and he was saying names. But they never went and got it. They never arrested them people. You fast forward now, 15 years later, we back at it again. But now this time they locking up NBA players, that NBA players and ex-NBA players that's connected to the mafia. You see, they didn't show y'all on this guy right here, right? We ain't seen him all on the news and all this. You know, one of the referees, Scott Foster from back in the day. He been in the league for years. But they showing us all the NBA players. You know why? Because they don't want these NBA players to eat no more either. They know they could. They know the NBA players could be more connected way more than the referees. Because 10, 15, 20 years ago, we had the same situation with a referee they locked up, the same quiet situation that we're going on right now. But according to the FBI, they're saying this one is absolutely bigger than the last one they did. With the gambling sports, the illegal sports, and all that, with that referee guy that came out doing several documentaries, and he obviously was a whistleblower. He started exposing everybody that was in the NBA in sports, period. Oh, we ain't done. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video.
For the NBA. That's what the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is. That's why we are going to take heat. But as the evidence comes out, as the indictments are unsealed, you will see the extensive work these men and women put in, countless hours over years, and that's how we countermand it.
So the dates on these indictments that they were filed are October 9th and October 16th. Can you talk about the timing of moving in now? Why now?
We will not publicly discuss the timing of when we do takedowns. I will only say that we do takedowns in a coordinated fashion with our law enforcement partners and the U.S. Attorney at the appropriate time to make sure that we ensure the integrity of the investigation, as the United States Attorney said, an investigation that is very much ongoing.
Director Patel, you said insider trading for the NBA. What are the implications of this case for other sports leagues and for the legal gambling industry in general?
Simple. If you're participating in the legal gambling industry, you got nothing to worry about. If you're participating in illegal conduct, you got everything to worry about, and this case shows it.
They're not playing. You just heard it. He the head FBI. He directed FBI. FBI director Cash Patel, whatever you hear, announces that nationwide NBA gambling arrest. Nationwide. We ain't talking like this was 10 years, 15 years ago with the referee, and they locked up a few. They locked up a few other people. Now this is a way bigger picture. They want the bigger fish this time. They're not just going for the referees and the ex-NBA players. Nah, they like, nah, nigga. Pardon me. There's more other people involved in this, and there's more other bigger fish than y'all, and we want them. Because we all know that sports is a big, 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 big money machine in gambling. Everybody know that. Everybody know that. Ain't no secret. Let's continue though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Indictments in two major cases, both announcing today indictments in two major cases, both involving fraud. One involves sports betting, and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games. The first indictment involves 6 defendants who are alleged to have participated in one of the most brazen sports corruption schemes since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra. While the cases are separate, there are three overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon. The indictments in these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law.
It got so nasty, pause. It got so nasty. Let me show y'all this image right quick with Terry Rozier. Y'all remember when Terry Rozier told his dudes to put the 200K down because he was going to get out the game? The FBI, according to the FBI, they saying that, man, they know what game he exactly did it. Going against the Pelicans. You see him right there grabbing his ankle. Nasty work, man. I'm telling y'all, man, they not playing with these dudes. They know it's a big business when it comes to sport. They're not playing with them, man. They not. Let's continue, though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
31 defendants alleged to have participated in involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra. But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers.
They use these NBA players to try to rear that, as you know. I mean, oh, come over here. We're gonna play poker. You get all souped up. Oh, I'm going over there to go play Chauncey Billups and all these NBA players. You get excited and everything. Next thing you know, you on that table betting mad money, but you don't even know them cards are actually trick cards. They can see through them shits. All types of weird shit going on. I mean, they wearing glasses. They can see through the cards what you got and all this. That's the type of trick advice. I mean, try to trick technology that they had when they was playing poker games with people betting thousands of dollars, bro. They saying that one time somebody owed them about 1.something million on a poker game. And them has got to be the mafia or whatever, but they was connected with certain NBA players. So they got the one indictment with the poker and all that legal gambling. Then they got another indictment with the gambling on sports and everything. What players and ex-players asked coach. Rigging games, allegedly putting games on the line, then just rigging them. So, all right, man, let me take them out the game, whatever, so we can win this shit, 200K, whatever. That's the type of shit they was doing. Coaches and referees, they can absolutely change the whole game of a sport, especially in basketball. It's the up and down paces all day, all day. Coaches could take out the superstar for no goddamn reason. And you wonder, damn, why you taking them out? He had 24 points, 25 points in the first half. It's rigged, nigga. That's why. Let me tell you. Oh, yeah, the luck is over, nigga. The coaches take them out. They want to win that goddamn on that ticket, that money. Including giving it to the mafia people that they down with. Been going on for decades, man. This shit been going on for decades. Everybody know that a coach and a goddamn player and a referee, those are the three players that could ruin a whole goddamn game in the sports of basketball. They know that. Coach could take a player out, referee could call so many fouls, the player could fake an injury or do anything, miss shots and all this. Now, those are the things that happen when you putting your money on the line on those sports. And this shit been going on, sorry to say, allegedly, everybody know, for decades, including we're connected with the mafia. Sports and mafia have been connected for years. Let's get to that topic next, matter of fact. Let's get to some ex-mafia members that actually spoke about that situation. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, man.
So yes, they're going to continue. Are the sports leagues going to be targeted? Guys love to gamble and they love to make money by gambling. So yes, they're going to continue. Are the sports leagues going to be targeted? Of course, because they know athletes are easy prey in many, many cases. I'm sorry, they used to come to me, my bookmakers, and tell me things, which I'll get into a little bit. Athletes are easy prey. They get themselves in trouble. They owe a debt, and they got to do whatever they got to do to get out of it. Sometimes we have to intimidate them. Sometimes they just play along with us, whatever. But it happens, and it's not going to stop happening. Why? Because today, athletes have more access to gambling than they did in my day. Back in my day, you had to go to a bookmaker. You had to go to Vegas, maybe Atlantic City. Today, no. Today, you can gamble anywhere. So what happens? When they gamble legally and they lose their money legally, what do they do then? They try to make it up somewhere. They turn to a bookmaker. They have relationships on the street that say, I know how to get you out of this. Don't worry about it. And they do what Chauncey Billups does and a few of the other guys. And this is a widespread net that they seem to have pulled.
Didn't I tell y'all that? Nowadays, the players are easier to grab. Pause, meaning the mafia. Oh, yeah, you're in debt. You got problems. Oh, I got connections in the NBA. I'm going to call for you, but I need you to do this for me also in the game. Now y'all understand what's going on here? As far as the sports gambling going on. Oh, you in debt, Chauncey? Oh, I can make a few calls and all that, but I need a favor for you also. I need to rig a few games during the season to make up for your debt. Because I'm doing a favor for you. Because the booker that you're going to go see, or anybody you're going to go see, they always going to be connected allegedly. And everything I speak on is alleged. This shit been going on since the time of day. They've been building casinos and everything. They're connected to the mafias. Who built the casinos in Las Vegas? I sit back, I'll wait. Who built the casinos down there in Havana, Cuba, Havana? I sit back, I'll wait before they end up in Las Vegas. Y'all forgot gambling was illegal in the United States in the early days? The mafia was bringing all that gambling shit up to them. They was the one doing this. So what you think they did? They just gave up and shit. Something that they curated, that they was part of. A high percentage of bringing gambling casinos to United States. Go do your research. I'm not making this shit up. Go do your research. The mafia played a 95%, damn near 99% of bringing casinos to the United States. They was connected allegedly to the government from the documentaries that we've been seeing for decades. I'm talking about the government back then. Now I'm talking about back then when the casinos first was coming. Because remember, they was in Havana. They was in Cuba, Havana. Remember that shit? They say, man, you go back and look at them pictures in Cuba, man, Havana with the casinos. That shit looked like Las Vegas back then. What happened? Boom, they seen all that money going on. Now we got to bring that shit over here to the United States. They brought it to the United States. They figure a spot out. They choose Las Vegas. And that's the shit that we got right now. One of the biggest casino places you could go gamble at, Las Vegas. Who played a part of that? Mafias. The Italian people. You think they just sat back, oh, we're just going to give up that money now and just give it to them now. That's all. No, they was part of it from the beginning, and they're going to be part of that shit to the day that shit ends. And they ain't never going to end. Why you think this ex-member, Mobster, said that? They part of that life. They part of the gamble. They part of the casinos. They part of all that shit, bro. Why you think the FBI keeping an eye on all these niggas? Some people get paid to be quiet and get money. It's connections. It's thousands and millions of dollars of money involved in this. You could drop a few bags and have a few FBI's allegedly working on your damn payroll. It's too much money involved in this shit with that connected to sports. And who brought all that shit to the United States of Las Vegas? The mafia. Let's continue. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I want to hear y'all smoke in the comment.
in our former lives, forever. And I say that.
You.
Now you're gonna hear that's Sammy the Bull right there to the right. Y'all know who Sammy the Bull, the one that ratted on John Gotti. That's him to the right. And this is old boy, I forgot his name, but he used to get money with the mafia back in the days and all that. Go look him up. I totally forgot his name, man. I think it's Michael something. But anyway, he's gonna say it. Man, we've been part of this shit since the time of day. This is our lifestyle. We part of this. That's why you think we connected to the sports. Peep this whole interview out. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video.
It's not a surprise at all. I mean, gambling has been major business in our former lives, forever. And I say this, prohibition was terrific. Guys made a lot of money, but it came and went. I was in the gas business, terrific. I had my run, 7 or 8 years, comes and goes. But gambling in that life is never going to go away. What happened here, I believe, is just the tip of the iceberg. It's a major business for the guys. They love it. They're good at it. And, unfortunately, professional and college athletes, they're always at risk because gambling among athletes, it's an extension of their competitive spirit. They like to raise the stakes in a competition. This is who they are. This has been my experience with them. And they're always going to gamble. They're always going to get themselves in trouble. They're not all Michael Jordans that can afford any money that he loses. He'll never have a problem because he can cover any bet. But a lot of these guys get in trouble. They get involved with the wrong people. And before you know it, we have a whole deal like this.
4 out.
You heard that, right? Now, we're not going to sit here and act like this don't be happening in sports with the young kids, get the money. Where the hell did it go? Now, I'm not saying all these people gamble, but it's a lot of percentage that these kids gamble. These young adults, when they get into professional sports, they go to casinos, they start gambling. Who runs the casinos? You end up blowing a lot of money. What they do, he's telling you, man, the first thing we do now is go to the athletes. We grab them. We grab the athletes. Because we know they're going to be in debt or they're involved in some type of debt, something going on, and we can fix it. This is what he explaining to us as we speak. That's why he said, man, this ain't nothing new. They just got caught. This shit been going on since the time of goddamn day when sports and mafia got connected, nigga. Let's continue, though. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
5 of the famous mob families in New York were involved. I didn't think they ever worked on anything together, ever. Where am I wrong?
Well, they did work together. There was the Concrete Club. When they have mutual connections and they can bring it together, they work together. On the Concrete case, they used different unions and different, everybody had their own connections for stuff. They put it all together. It was very powerful. And then they split the money. But it's not a normal thing with gambling, I don't think. Usually it's separated in different families. I never heard of this. And when the show is over, I'd like to know where you could buy that machine.
Kind of had a feeling you were going to say that, Sammy. What do you think is in store for that person that turned on the others?
Well, more than likely in the mob, we killed them.
You heard that. For them to get this big indictment down on the NBA players and they're going to go question referees, the guy I just showed you, Scott, whatever, Foster, whatever, and there's more they probably questioning because the guy says an ongoing investigation still. You just heard from an ex-member that been whacking people out since the damn 80s and the 90s until they got caught up. And that's Sammy Bull. He said, oh, what we do, the guy, whoever turned on us, whoever got them mafia dudes locked up, from members from the Genovese, whatever, Gambino and the Bananos, whatever, and now you got Chauncey and these niggas, whoever turned these niggas in, like he said, nigga, 98% of the time, we're going to whack them, allegedly. But he going to say maybe they might not. Maybe everybody takes a little time and they going to win. But who ratted everybody out? It had to have been an ex-NBA player, somebody. It's somebody in that industry, in that NBA, that ratted this whole program for this shit to go down. They know that. They're just gonna find out. We're gonna get there soon. Let's continue with this last clip, though.
And myself
Turned on the others.
Well, more than likely in the mob, we killed them. I turned myself, but normally that's what they'll do. They'll kill them. I don't think this is to that degree. These people are not going to be facing life sentences, stuff like that. These are small sentences that they'll plea out. Everybody will pound their chest. They won. The answer to the other question is, how do you get them in? Greed. I see the coach made $100 million. What is he doing in the middle of this? How much greed? How much money do you want? And you put your whole career and everything on the line. That young kid who's saying that I'm not faking injury and blow the game. I mean, they come out of a tough area, most of them, and they have a great career, a great future, and they throw it down the drain for greed.
Absolutely. And that's where we at right now with it. I want to hear y'all smoke about the situation. What y'all think? Y'all think LeBron James and the superstars that we know, the main ones and the upcoming ones, y'all think it's some other people involved? I can see LeBron. Listen, I'm gonna say alleged, but LeBron's so all over the place. He want to be involved with Hollywood movies and all. You know, he want to be that Mike. Cause we all know. Before I get out of here, Michael Jordan had a gambling problem. We all know about the alleged, the narrative about his story and everything else. May his soul rest in peace. Even Michael Jordan dad. Remember when he passed away? There was a conspiracy theory saying that allegedly, and everything I speak on is alleged. They were saying that the mafia had something to do with it. The people that they arrested. They're saying that they was paid or they was the wrong people. I don't know. I don't know how that true story was. That story was always interesting to me. The Michael Jordan, his father passing away on the highway, passing out in his car and all this. Go look at his documentaries about that and everything. And we all know Mike. They was allegedly saying he was in debt. He had a gambling problem. Charles Barkley, I mean, he speaks about his game. A lot of these dudes be having gambling problems. They be in debt. So who comes to the rescue? Mafia. Oh, we can help you out. Yeah, but you got to help us out. Do a couple red games and this and that. We'll call Grumman. That's what they do allegedly. I'm up out of here though. I'm gonna let y'all put y'all smoke in the comment. I want to hear y'all smoke about this because this is nasty for the NBA and it's an ongoing investigation going on, and we should be hearing more names about this, to be honest. But shout out to everybody, man. I'm up out of it. We on to the next video. Let me hear y'all smoke about this little scandal thing going on in the NBA. And we up out there, man. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Do me that favor. Keep that notification bell on so you know when the next video is dropping. Till then, if they know, they know. It's your boy Smoke News TV, man. Salute, gang. I'm out of here.